Earth. And each year that it gets closer, the gravitational effect on Earth is slightly greater than the year before. And that is directly or indirectly causing the increase in frequency and the increased intensity of storms, earthquakes, all sorts of weather anomalies around the planet. If that's the case, would it not stand to reason that Earth is not alone? Because we have other planets in the solar system. This thing would just naturally, it's not picking on Earth, it would affect all the inner planets.
And it does.
Is it?
Yes. Several planets in the solar system are experiencing global warming as we speak. For instance, we've had a satellite going around Saturn now for 18 years. We've been making measurements of Saturn for 18 years. In those 18 years, the atmospheric pressure of Saturn has changed 30%. If that occurred on Earth, there'd be no life left.
This event you're referring to, did this occur over millions of years, or was this a sudden event?
It's an interesting question. There's very little evidence that it would have occurred over millions or even billions of years. We have seen that these events occur suddenly in space. For instance, the Schumacher-Levy comet that struck Jupiter. It was discovered, it was named, and it hit Jupiter within a single man's lifetime.
So you're not talking about catastrophic disasters that happen, say, over decades. You're talking about disasters that happen within weeks or months. Major cataclysm, which literally wipe out all life.
So what will unfold during the last weeks? First, a severe wobble. Second, a lean to the left, where the North Pole of Earth tries to evade Planet X, which is coming at Earth in a retrograde orbit from the right. The Earth will be basking north to south in the light of the sun before this falling to the side rolls into the 3 days of darkness. Third, the 3 days of darkness for the northern hemisphere, when the North Pole of Earth continues desperately to escape the North Pole of Planet X, which is pointing directly at the Earth. Fourth, 6 days of sunrise west, while the Earth stops its momentum and returns to an upright position. During these 6 days, the North Pole of Earth will have swung to the right due to momentum. Fifth, a slowing rotation until the Earth stops rotation entirely, with the Atlantic Rift facing the Sun and the approaching Planet X. Sixth, after 5.9 days of rotation stoppage, the hour of the pole shift when the North Pole of Earth is violently pushed away, ripping the crust from the core of the Earth. Roadways will heave, trains will derail, and bridges will snap and drop, as the Minneapolis Bridge over the Mississippi did on August 2nd, 2007. Dams will fail and sinkholes will appear, such as this one in Guatemala on February 23, 2007. Buildings will implode, dropping into the ground beneath them, such as this one in Germany on March 2, 2009. And gas lines and refineries will explode, such as this Moscow gas line on May 10, 2009. These phenomena are on the increase, but during the last weeks will become an epidemic. So be in your safe locations well before the last weeks.
Hi, did Jesus Christ predict the coming of the comet planet Nibiru? Well, let's take a look at Revelations 6:12 to 17 and compare those directly with the scientific projections of what would happen if a body the size of Nibiru, which is 8 times the size of the Earth, possibly more, passed through our solar system. Okay, and let's see if that matches up with Jesus Christ's prophecy at the end of the world. It says here, I watched as he opened the 6th seal. There was a great earthquake. The sun turned black like sackcloth made of goat hair, and the whole moon turned blood red. Let's take those parts first. There will be a great earthquake. If a body that size passes through our solar system, there will be a tremendous earthquake on this earth. There will be such an earthquake that, as Jesus said, not one stone shall be left on another. Now that would have to be a tremendous earthquake. Now let's get to that point in just one moment and how that will happen and just how huge it will be and why it will be that huge. It says that the sun turned black like sackcloth. Now all the volcanoes will erupt. Obviously there will be a lot of seismic activity and the skies will be darkened because of the ash. But this planet may also this time travel between the sun and the earth, thereby causing a tremendous eclipse. There's an important part here. Every part is important because these are the words of Jesus, but it says that the sun turned black like sackcloth made of goat hair. Now that's a direct reference to Satan, so Satan is involved here. Then it says the whole moon turned blood red. Now this giant planet Nibiru is supposedly red, so if it caused an eclipse, its reflection will reflect off the moon, and that will reflect red. That would happen even if it was just the volcanoes erupting and blackening the sky. So whichever way you look at it, Jesus has told us what's going to happen so far. He's got it right, and science is catching up. Let's carry on. It then says the stars in the sky fell to earth. Now, with a planet this size, 8 times the size of the Earth, possibly more, it will attract every piece of debris and meteorites and so forth that are within our solar system towards it. And as they're travelling towards it, obviously it's moving away. They will be trailing along behind it and they will hit anything in their path. Basically, the Earth will get hit by stars, if you like. In those days, they would have looked at a meteorite as a star. So, again, Jesus Christ has got that right as well.